Welcome to Your Town. I'm Jessica Ryan. I'm really excited to have with me today Susan Harrison, who is the Executive Director of CASA. I'm going to ask her to explain a little bit about CASA if you're not super familiar with the organization, but I will tell you that they have some fantastic fundraisers coming up, and I'm excited to talk to Susan about those as well. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
All right, so let's just talk a little bit about CASA in general, the mission in general, and the volunteers that you need.
Okay. So CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates, and we are an organization that trains community volunteers to become advocates for kids in foster care. So this is a nationally recognized program. There's over 950 programs nationwide. Every state has some variation of a CASA or guardian ad litem program. So when a child has been removed from their home based on allegations of abuse and neglect, and they're placed into some type of protective custody. So maybe that's with a foster home, maybe it's with a kinship relative, or one of the non-offending parents or something like that. Mom gets an attorney and dad gets an attorney, and the kids will have an attorney, but they can also have a CASA volunteer. And that volunteer's role is to get to know that child well enough to be able to advocate for their best interest.
And I think people would probably be surprised at the amount of kids that go through that program and how many CASAs are needed.
Yeah, so our program covers Ohio, Marshall, Wetzel, and Tyler counties. There's a CASA program that serves Brooke and Hancock County, so that's the first circuit, and then Marshall, Wetzel, Tyler is the second circuit. So both first and second judicial circuits are completely covered by CASA. And so in my program, Ohio, Marshall, Wetzel, and Tyler, we have about 500 kids a year that come through our program.
Which is a big number, a scary number, but it's needed, and the volunteers that you have are very needed and necessary. Are you looking for more volunteers? Probably always, right?
Yeah, we're always looking for volunteers. So, if we think about giving every child a CASA volunteer, then we would need 90 volunteers. We have about 30. So, we are always looking to recruit. And that's really anyone that has a heart for working with children. They have to pass a criminal background check. You have to be 21 years old, and just want to work with kids.
Okay. Well, if anyone's interested in being a volunteer, how would they reach out to you?
Well, you can go to our website, and that's probably the best way because you can get additional information on our website. So our website is wvcasaforchildren.org. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all under CASA for Children Wheeling, and then you're more than welcome just to call the office and ask questions there, and that's 304-233-0333.
Okay, great. And then obviously outside of the volunteerism, there's still funding that's needed to fulfill your mission, and you hold some amazing fundraisers throughout the year, and I know that you have a couple coming up.
Yeah, so our fundraising efforts really go to the extra stuff that we do. So I like to kind of tell people, what does your fundraising dollars go towards? And so we do things, we provide Christmas for our kids, Easter baskets. I just pulled all the Easter baskets out. Birthdays, will help with prom, graduation, anything that kind of just helps kids. Today I filled my car with a car seat and bedding and new pajamas, toothbrush, everything that a kid needs for their first night in care, so I can drop it off at a foster mom's house as she prepares to welcome a 2-year-old into her home. So those things that kind of just go to the comforts of trying to help children in the transition while they're in foster care. So we have a complete foster closet with clothing, shoes, toiletries, diapers, all that kind of stuff. So that's what our fundraising efforts do for us. So we have 2 fundraisers a year, and that's it. They're both in the spring. So the first is our Superhero 5K, and that is this is our 10th year doing it up here at the Highlands. Quaker Steak and Lube is our partner on that. So the start line starts and finishes at Quaker Steak and Lube, and it does a whole loop all the way around the Highlands. So we go down to Cabela's and all the way up to the distribution center, back down the Walmart Hill, and then we kind of trace all along, the Highlands Shopping Center. And so that's, like I said, April 15th, and it starts at 9 o'clock, and we do a kids fun run before the actual event. we have lots of prizes. I do handmade trophies. So this year's theme is Thor. So all the trophies are a variation of different Thor dolls mounted on trophy blocks. So they're really cool.
Yep.
And then we have participant medals. So everyone that participates in the event gets a medal. And then we do top 3 in the age groups. So we have if your kid is under the age of 18, then we do first place trophies for that. And then, all of the 20 to 30, 30 to 40, your typical age range for medals.
Which is a super fun event and a good twist on, there's so many 5Ks in the area, and it's such a good twist on that, and people really get into it. Pretty much everybody dresses up.
Yeah, everyone dresses up or wears their favorite t-shirt, their superhero t-shirt and things like that. So it's a fun event, and lots of little kids that come out. We have people pushing strollers, and you can bring your dog and dress your dog up. We have costume contests too, and so there's a dog category there.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And the other one is also outdoors, but a little bit different. Maybe you're not a runner. Maybe you're into the outdoors.
Yeah, so we started, this is our second year for doing a kayak event. It's not a race, it's a float. And so we do it at the American Legion, formerly was the Italian American Club. So American Legion Post 1 there in Elm Grove. We all meet there in the morning. This is on June 4th. It's a Sunday. And so you come out, between 8 and 9 o'clock. You get yourself registered, and they'll drive you all the way out to the drop-in spot, which is what they call the coal mine bridge up in Marshall County. And then you'll float back down to the American Legion, and we'll help pull you out. And then we have New Age Adinas will be there, and so they sing for a couple hours, and we have yard games for the kids to play, and just a really nice atmosphere, food trucks and things like that.
So last year was the first year, but it was huge, right?
Yeah, we had
It's a big turnout.
almost 100 kayakers last year. And Joelle Murray did yoga to start us off in the morning. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. We do raffles for a new kayak and things.
Do you sign up ahead of time? Registration's the day of.
Yeah, nope. Register ahead of time, because we just need to make sure that we have kayaks. If you don't have your own, we do have some kayaks for you, but you'll need to register in advance for that. So that's on Eventbrite, and so if you search kayak for CASA, you'll be able to pull that up on Eventbrite.
Okay, and if people wanted to come and they didn't want to kayak, with the band being there later, are they able to come and participate then?
Yeah, so we stay there, all day. I think last year we started pulling, the last kayaks pulled out around 3 o'clock. So, you're more than welcome to stay and hang out and, enjoy.
And support and donate.
Yeah.
Really unique event that the Valley was super excited about. So I'm excited to see how things turn out for you guys this year. I'm sure it'll be fantastic. It's a good area too. If you haven't, I've taken my kids and we floated down that way. We've kayaked down that way. Utilize West Virginia and its beauty and the waterways that we have here, because it's wonderful. Also, back to CASA and its original mission. Please be kind. You never know what someone's going through, whether it's their children or the adults or somebody in a volunteer capacity. There's a lot of heavy things that are going on. So I always end that. I feel we're talking about different organizations with be kind to other people. You don't know what they're going through. And if you're interested in volunteering in any way, whether you want to be a CASA volunteer for the event, maybe possibly work on a committee of yours, you can reach out to Susan or me, and I can get you in contact with her. And I would love for the Valley to be as involved as they can be, especially with a cause that's so important.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Susan. Anything else you want to add before we go to break?
I think that sounds good.
All right. Thank you so much for
Thanks.
joining. We will be right back.
Do you have a passion for working with animals? Check out the Zoo Science and Applied Conservation program at West Liberty University. Why West Liberty? You'll get hands-on experience with animals starting in your first semester. We have 6 on-campus dedicated lab spaces with over 300 different animals, plus a partnership with the Oglebay Good Zoo, an AZA-accredited institution with over 50 species of different animals, including rare and endangered species. You'll have the opportunity to work with a variety of reptiles, amphibians, and mammals under the direction of experienced faculty faculty, and even opportunities to participate in animal rehabilitation projects in places like Costa Rica. This program is ideal for anyone who wants to be a zookeeper, zoo researcher, conservation scientist, or work with an applied conservation government agency. Plus, we offer a graduate program in zoo science, so you can complete your graduate degree right here at West Liberty University as well. Our unique program has everything you need to find the career you've always dreamed of. Visit westliberty.edu/zoosci to find out more.
Welcome back to your town. It is my pleasure to introduce Olivia Litman. She's the marketing director for Visit Wheeling, which is the Convention and Visitors Bureau of Wheeling. She is a rock star. She absolutely promotes this place, this valley, this community, and Wheeling specifically with her whole heart. And there's so much going on here that she gets to promote. So thank you for coming on, and let's talk about all things Wheeling. What do we have coming up?
I'll tell you, it's a fun job, that's for sure, because we do definitely kind of get a feel of everything going on, not just in Wheeling, but Ohio County. And, we also know that when visitors come in, they don't see our county lines. So we like to have a good idea of what's going on in Marshall County, all throughout the whole northern panhandle. So I guess I should say what isn't going on.
Right.
We've seen so many things, especially over the last few weeks, kind of come through the West Banco Arena and the Capitol Theater. But now we're going to be gearing up, and you're going to start seeing the outside start to come to life again. So, Center Market's going to be doing more events. Ogilvy has a full list of things that's going to be going on this summer, and they keep announcing them. And then Market Street Plaza, not to mention where we are right now up here at the Highlands. I mean, you cannot probably get in anywhere up here throughout the whole week due to the Highland Sports Complex and the wonderful things that they're bringing on every single weekend. So it's a great time to be here, but it's a really great time to be marketing Wheeling because we really see how much people love it here, love coming back here and visit here, and that just helps everybody out.
That's right. And we just talked to Susan, and she has a couple of events coming out, outdoors using spaces in Wheeling, using waterways in Wheeling, using the Highlands for an event that she's doing a 5K. It is definitely spring. It is 5K, golf scramble, outdoor events once the weather breaks. It is busy.
And then let's just, everybody's asking about Heritage Port, when that will kick off. And, that usually kicks off with the Memorial Day weekend, with the big Ogden Wellness Weekend, with the races, and they always have the concerts there, and then it just starts. So we're very fortunate here to just have such a large group, but also a big variety. Some people forget that we are so known for the arts as well. So like right now, and it's been going on and it continues through the end of the month, but it's the inaugural, it's a ceramic takeover. So if you go to Ogilvy Institute's website, you'll see a little bit about it, but they're bringing in those that make things with their hands, pottery, different types of ceramics, and they're bringing them and they're taking them to different locations all around the city. And they're bringing in a following. They're selling their wares. They're teaching people how to make those things. That's just really cool. And I always like to remind people that events isn't about music and, concessions and outdoor entertainment. We are very fortunate in the fact that we can, have events that really stimulate your mind as well.
That's right.
And that's important. And let's just face it, like Ogilvy Institute and everything that they're gearing up for our children as well this summer. I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful for them and everything that they offer. But it's just a really great way for people. I like it because they start at such a young age because we want them to stay here, and we want them to see that anything that they want to do, they can do right here. It doesn't mean they have to leave. So that's one thing that we really like to make sure that we're promoting. Like, it's not just about the big events anymore. It's really about what is going to engage people and going to keep them coming back and get them talking. We have a lot of people, as I said, coming up here for the sporting events. You travel for sports, I travel for sports. We all know sometimes when we're there for sports, we're not doing anything but that sport.
That's right.
But we're really seeing that people are coming back. They're seeing what there is to do here. They're, seeing that great facility. They're seeing the area that it's at, and they're wondering what else is there here.
That's right.
So it's a really great way to kind of introduce them to, a destination here. and, just show a couple pictures of Ogilvy and some other things that's going on, and you've already got them to come back. So we're very thankful for that because it makes my job a little bit easier, you know. You have to come here, let me entertain you, you know.
Right.
So that's the best part. But, lots of things are moving here. I mean, we recently stumbled upon a very large purchase again.
I heard about this.
Yes, we're excited about it because I'm sure, I've been with my job for 15 years and there hasn't been a day that we've all sat down to talk about what can we do in Wheeling or what can we do in Ohio County that like great locations hasn't come up. Right. And the location that we just bought, which is right there on Main Street, the 910 location, 910 Main Street, has been discussed. It is a true gateway to our city. And, it's going to be a big project, and you can expect to see big changes soon. First being just a what's the word?
Demolition.
Demolition. Yeah, we're going to be doing that first. And then we're super excited for what it may bring over the next 5 years. So it's not going to be overnight because a lot of thought's going into it. But it's going to be a way to welcome people to the city very nicely. And once you get those sidewalks done and the roads done, it's just going to be a lovely way to say thank you for your patience.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Construction means progress, and
It
we forget
really
that.
does.
We forget that sometimes.
It does, and I keep getting excited when I see things going on because it's been a long time since we've seen so much all at once, from fixing the streets to building new buildings. I mean, think about how often does that happen in an older city? Because we're an older city, we have a lot of history here. So we're very thankful for those that's invested here. But when it comes down to it, while they're here, they're living here but playing here,
Right.
as a tourist.
That's right.
And so that's where we come into play, and that's why we kind of go outside of what a DMO, which is what we are, Destination Marketing Organization, would do, and we've purchased buildings in downtown. We started with the Capitol Theater. I really do truly in my heart feel like that was a catalyst of new energy.
I agree.
In 2012, 2009 is when we purchased that. And it really did spark a new energy. It made people think like we can do this again, and we can do it differently.
Yeah.
And so that was really great. So we're really hoping that this project as well will be a great way to just reignite,
Yeah.
So.
I love when I see shows at the Capitol. I will occasionally make, I say the mistake of driving through downtown not realizing because it's an event that I wouldn't have attended necessarily. But I don't sit in traffic and gripe about it. I smile seeing so many people walking across the street, walking downtown, going from the restaurants locally, walking downtown. I also went up to Ellen Jack's to have dinner one night, not realizing there was an event down the street.
And you're like, what's going on? I know.
Yeah.
And a lot of
love
times
that.
there's multiple events going on. One at the theater, one at the West Bank Arena, Clientele right there in East Wheeling. I mean, they're gaining a very large following of people. And then you have over there on Market Street, you have all those little places that do like comedy nights and open mic nights. I mean, so it's just alive with entertainment. And and still to this day, I know that we've had these conversations before, but when somebody says there's just nothing to do here, I'm just thinking, are you kidding me? I miss half the stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
I have on my calendar tonight specifically. I have on my calendar 3 different events, and I obviously can't attend them all.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's probably not even including the fundraisers that you want to attend,
That's right.
for a business networking. So, and that's the thing, like it's all about, people really do sit down every single day, and I would really do know this. They think about every single detail about how they can, one, create passion for their mission and entertain those that's coming,
That's right.
and gain that following. And so I love it here.
I do too.
I wouldn't do it anywhere else, I don't think, with the passion that I do here. And I'm very thankful for everybody that I work with because it's been such an opportunity to get to know my city again, that I've grown up here but just never really appreciated it,
Right. We didn't, and I remember things from when we were kids, like the Italian festival. I remember that. I remember exactly where it was and how it made me feel and how it smelled and being that sense of
smell.
community.
There is a smell that you remember, of so many places,
That's true.
It's usually food, but you know.
Yeah. But I remember that. I remember those type of things. I lived in Elm Grove. I remember that Elm Grove Carnival. I remember that every year. So there are certain things like that growing up. I can't imagine what my kids are going to look back on when they're in their 40s and
Right.
think what I remember, because there's so much.
And different.
There's so much.
It's
yes.
so much difference. And, I love it. So, it's great. And, I always like people, if they take a look at our website, if they go to visit Wheeling WV and they don't see something that they want people to come to. Because, that's kind of our rule of thumb. Like if a visitor would come in or just people are coming in, they're looking for something to do, if they're able to attend your event, no matter what it is, we want to put it on that calendar.
Right.
And we want that information. We put it out on our social media sites. We put it out on, we'll send out blogs about it. But that's how we really fulfill our mission, and get people excited about it. So always reach out. Don't ever feel like, all that you know about it or whatever, because sometimes we don't. I mean,
Right.
we're actually a pretty small staff.
Yes.
And
You accomplish a lot with your small
we
staff.
we try to, but we all work together as a team. There's not anybody that Frank O'Brien has been the most amazing leader over the last 15 years, and him giving us the ability to really think for ourselves and take it back to the table was wonderful.
That's leadership.
It really
Yeah.
is, and then, and we have a great working team together to where, Michael does so much with our social media, and then he's also like, a polka king here, so he brings in like a whole new thing.
Yeah.
And then we have Noah, who's like this young guy who, like, anytime I have IT or like technical problems, which is every day, I swear, he fixes them. You know what I mean? And he's able to greet people, and he keeps like a nice, cool, calm demeanor at all times. And for that, we're always thankful for our team that, we work together so well.
Yeah.
It
Well, and-
makes going to work wonderful.
Anytime I know anybody coming to the area or new to the area, I always send them to your calendar. It's the best kept
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank
calendar
you.
in the Valley. You always have things up to date, and if I don't see stuff, I'll always send them to you. But that doesn't happen very
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
much. I'll say, what date is that? And I'll look at your calendar to make sure that what my
Mm-hmm.
guess was right. We have a lot of special events in the Valley, and the majority of them go back to the community. I would
I
say
agree.
all of them
All
go
of
back
them.
to the community, not the majority.
Yeah.
Some in a nonprofit capacity, some from a citywide capacity, but that is, I feel like that's unique to this area and something that people don't quite understand when you're getting dressed up to do something fun, or a 5Ks or your jam and you're out there. If you're going to a golf scramble, there's always a great cause underneath that's helping our community
Yeah.
and its members.
Yeah, and for those that get it, you get it, and you take advantage of every single piece of it. But if you don't get it, I feel that's where we still need to always be like, there is things to go on here. You're just not taking advantage of them, or you've taken advantage of it.
Right.
And so, and for that, think outside the box. Give some ideas, because there's a lot of people sitting around every day wondering now,
Right.
what can we do to make Wheeling better? There's a lot of businesses right now and owners, like the new, what is it, the Waterfront Event
Yes.
Center, down there. He is actively looking for people to join him and create this buzz, this energy,
Yeah.
and entertain and fulfill. And he's creating a really cool space to do it. You just have an idea, you go to it, So that to me is what I think our community is all about, working together, talking about things, enriching each other with your ideas and not feeling that it's competition, because when it comes down to it, everybody wins.
Right.
You really do when you work together, and that's what I'm so thankful for over the last 15 years of working with the CVB, is being able to meet so many wonderful people, but realize they as well wake up every single day and they want to celebrate.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you want to collaborate, this is the place to do it.
And it really is.
And if you
yeah.
want to grow, if you want to be involved, we're going to let you. We collectively, as a city, as a community, we're going to let you. If you want to be involved, you can get involved. It's just having those people to talk to. You're a great mentor for
Oh,
people when it
thanks.
comes
You
to
too.
that. So reaching out to us or anyone that you've seen on the show,
Yeah,
that,
right.
about any nonprofits, that they're so accessible. You can go to events. On that note, there are a lot of paid events because they're fundraisers, but there's so much free stuff going on too, especially at the waterfront throughout the summer. There's always things to go to. There's always some entertainment to be had, networking to do, community building. That's what makes this valley special. There was a speaker at one of the chamber events a couple of years ago. I say a couple, it's probably like five
Probably,
or
yeah,
more.
yeah.
Pandemic
Yes.
blurs lines.
Timeline, yeah.
But they talked about being from here, leaving, going to a big market, and how what makes this community special are those fundraisers, our nonprofits, church organizations, sports teams like you were referring to. That's community. And that's something that's special about this valley that, again, I think some people take for granted. It's here, it's alive, and there's a lot of fun to be had here. There's a lot of community building. You can feel good about living in this area. Everybody is working to make it better.
It really is. And, when, West Virginia as a whole, especially when you're talking about it as a destination, people have always thought of it as a certain way, that perhaps, we you can come here and you can get maybe a good pepperoni roll, a good hot dog, and maybe whitewater raft or something. I mean, and primarily for a while that worked, but I can tell you over the last 10 years, people are really investing in the fact that West Virginia is where, 1, you can start up a business, 2, you can be proud of that business, and 3, you can really grow nationwide. And we've always been a more urban destination, and that's worked to our advantage, more history focused, more definitely history.
Yes.
But, more of the wonderful part, I think, of the wild and wonderful. And we always say that. And we're working actually currently with the Northern Panhandle and all the destinations from the top down, which would be top of West Virginia, us, and then Marshall County, to make sure that our message when we're going out into Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Canton, Columbus, our message is, we're not that far away. You can come and have a great destination, have great cell service, because that really,
Yes.
it's important. And it's kind of crazy that we talk about that,
Right.
but it's important.
It's
It does happen, and or it doesn't,
Yeah.
So we have, the ability to kind of break away without being completely, away from it all. And, and just having a great weekend. So we're working with them from a tourism standpoint to make sure that our message is strong, because like I said, nobody sees the county lines.
That's right.
Nobody sees, who is what, and where. If you get them here and you want to keep them here longer, we work together.
That's right.
And that's what we've always done. We really pride ourselves in doing that. So I actually ask, and when I speak to classes and, tell them, like, if you want to stay here, you want to learn more about Wheeling, give us a call. You know what I mean? Like, email us. I mean, I get hundreds of emails a day, and I actually do respond.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoy to talk to people, especially those that want to learn more about this, because I didn't know what my perfect job was until I got this one.
Yeah.
And it's always been a lot of fun to learn how to do it, but also what's it going to do tomorrow,
Right.
So, I don't know. And this is
awesome.
really fun.
Yeah, no passion at all out of this one.
Never.
It really is a wonderful community, and we're both very big cheerleaders for the community, so we might be exhausted by the time this interview is over.
Yeah.
but we really do love it, and we have a friendship because of both of our involvements in this community, and that's where I've met the majority of the people in my life. Yes, I'm still friends with people I grew up with, but I've met so many people through work and through these type of events in the community, and I'm really proud to be from this area, and I'm proud of you for bringing other people into this area.
We love it. We love it. And we love everybody that's really working every single day to bring more people in and strengthen everything that we have. Because if that wasn't happening every single day, you wouldn't see the new buildings that's going on. You wouldn't see the new developments. You wouldn't see a new roof going on to Center Market for the first time in how long?
Right.
These are all because people noticed.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, we love Wheeling.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you for coming on, Liv.
Yes, thank you.
I get so rejuvenated every time I talk to you about what's going on in the Valley. Thank you for joining Your Town. This is your town. There's so much to celebrate here, so many ways to get involved, and I hope that you do both. Get involved and attend a lot of the events that are coming up here through the spring, through the summer, and all year long here in the Upper Ohio Valley. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next week.
Here at West Liberty University, our Topper thrift store focuses on second-hand essentials. We are student-driven and affordable, with forward vision that aims at improving campus life. Donating is easy. Swing by Main Hall 185 with any unwanted apparel or accessories. To keep up with weekly store hour information, follow us on social media.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sherry Rocchio. I am in the College of Business, and I am spearheading the PDI, or what I like to call the Professional Dress Initiative. The Professional Dress Initiative was born when I first started teaching professional development. We found that there was a lot of students who either didn't have the means to professionally dress for the interview. They maybe were doing some student teaching. So these are all initiatives that we started in order to help the student or better equip them in the professional working environment. So everything that we have in the closet has been given to us, and my give back is wanting to dress each student that needs anything for those type of activities that I mentioned free of charge, and just be as successful as they can be.
Hi everyone,
My name's Kelsey Kyle, and I'm the head acrobatics and tumbling coach here at West Liberty University. I'm so excited to share with you all that we have been selected to host the 2023 Acrobatics and Tumbling National Championship right here in the ASRC. The tournament will be April 27th through the 29th. For more information, check out hilltoppersports.com or West Liberty Athletics on all social media. Go Toppers!
Whether you're a recent high school graduate or looking to complete a college degree later in life, starting your educational career at West Liberty University will be the catalyst for your future. Start your journey at westliberty.edu.